Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of Wrestling on the Fly with none other than Jimmy Blaze himself. Ready for part 2?
I'm ready.
All right. We're going to continue with the Windy City names we were mentioning at the last part 1. The last mentioned was the Dream Warriors. Now we're going to go to some early women wrestlers in Windy City. Candy Divine.
Never met her.
Really?
Yeah.
No, she was there quite a lot, and she had the belt a couple times. And...
Yep. If she was there, it was in passing, but it was never a remembrance.
Okay. Andy Austin.
Andy was great. Personable. And like I said earlier, her and Frank, and she slamming Frank, that was just, to me, mind-blowing. That this young girl could pick up that large man. And it opened my eyes.
I loved her look, too, with the shaved head. And she was pretty bulked up, too, so she was strong. She had a good look to her.
Yeah, but still, lifting Frank the
400 pounds?
400 pounds, yeah. You don't think that.
One of your good buddies, Zebra Kid.
Love him. Love Zeebs.
I'm so glad that he came around towards the end, and I got to sit and talk with him about all the stuff he's done. He was a great guy, from what I saw.
He was one of my big feuds, and he was kind of like a mentor dad, even though he wasn't a trainer. He taught me different stuff. It's kind of like Forsaken with you, you know. Zeebs coming around POW at the end, I credit that to Frankie the Tyrant for Rumble for the Kids, because we lost touch for a long time, but he would always use Zeebs.
Okay.
So, yeah, and Zeebs got to manage me down there at the very end, which that I'm sure you have something on Rumble with the Kids. Yeah, we'll wait until then to describe that story.
Manager Joey Baggs.
Joey Baggs was awesome. AWF, which I think you might have on there.
It's on.
Joey Baggs was always good to me, and again, it's another older person. Didn't have to give me a time of day, and that was the mentality back then. Like, I'm this young punk. When you're in that situation, you don't think about it, but when you're removed and later in life, and you start to look back on things, and I don't remember everything, but Baggs was always good to me when he didn't have to be.
Okay.
Still on my Facebook too.
Frankie the Tyrant.
Love him like a brother. Crazy you have him on there because of my explanation in part 1.
Yep.
Like, it's again, people don't have to, and he chose to. But just this past Rumble for the Kids, it was Terry and I, and there was a lot of stuff going wrong on that show before it even started. It's 5 minutes till, and we're on match 1, and I walked up to find out who the ref was, and he lost his mind going, "Ref, we don't have a fucking ref." Like, that's crucial in wrestling, right? But it wasn't something he was thinking about, and he trusted my gut. Bach did our match, and then there was a young girl that I used a couple times, and she's green, but why have Bach go out there and do this whole show? So Frankie listened to me and offered to pay her, and she didn't even want the money. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Frank is genuine brother, 100%.
Manager Ronnie Lotz.
Ronnie Lotz, I love him.
He's goofy. He's funny.
Oh,
I just met him a couple months ago for the
you
first
need
time.
to get him on this show.
Yeah.
You'll have to go to his restaurant and have
I've been
some
there.
wings.
I've been to great food.
Yes.
Really good food.
He I say this too much. He's another one that didn't have to give a shit.
Yeah.
But he was managing the Dream Warriors for a while. And Kingpin Promotions is where I got to be around him more. Windy City, he came off as a dick. But was never wrong to me. Always, "Hey, how are you?" But you could tell he was so full of shit. And in Kingpin Promotions, you learned he was like that around people that he didn't care. And he would open up. I just saw him this summer at Alpha Jara Memorial too. He came at the very end, but he's sponsored POW before with Scars and Stripes.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
when we did Berwyn, he was our sponsor.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And just it's weird to see how removed he is from wrestling, but he still loves wrestling and always asks how things are going. So he's good people.
Yes. Gigolo Johnny Mercedes.
One of the best.
Again, I think I've never heard anybody say anything bad about.
You'll never hear anybody talk bad about him. He was fun-loving, life of the party. You've heard the term, if you get in the ring and you can work a broomstick, that's how good you are.
I've heard a lot about him like that too.
So I'm early to a training session one time, and that was unheard of. Like, I would show up right at or a little after, and it wasn't purposely, it just, that's how I was. But this time, I showed up early, and he was in there rolling around, doing whatever. And then he did an entire match by himself. And I asked him after, I go, what is the purpose of doing that? And he explained it to me. Again, he didn't have to. I only got to work him once. But such an easy match, so fun. And the dude put me over. So, you know, yeah, gone too soon. Way too soon.
Ace Steel.
Ace Steel, early on, Ace Steel was fun to be around, but he and Dominion together, that was tough. When he was with Trevor, it was Trevor and him against me and King Cobra. Ace and I would always have a different amusement with Trevor. Trevor would put stuff together and Ace would question him why, and I'd be in the background just behind Trevor going, you know, but Ace was a good person. Never wronged me. He is a great mind. He's trained some of the best. Punk, you know, I have my own personal issues with Punk back in the day. I'm happy for that man's success. Like, Ace is a big part of that. I got lucky enough, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was going to Daytona a lot with Brian Allen, and before that with Paradise, and Adam's going to come down and hang out with us. And I sent Ace a message, and I'm like, hey, Adam's coming down, do you want to come down too? That was the most we hung since back in Windy City.
Really?
And it was just fun to hear his stories of Harley Race, and like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
that became his mentor. And
Really?
he trains down in Florida now, the Foundation of Wrestling. And Pierce goes there and helps him once in a while. But it's mainly Ace and his wife. And they train these kids with the mentality of Harley Race.
Oh.
So you have Instagram. I suggest you follow it.
Yeah, he'd be someone I'd want to reach out to.
Dude,
Also.
yeah. You would have to go to Florida to get it. But such a good mind. And maybe he was removed for a little bit from wrestling, but he has never lost a beat. I know Hero just had him up here too.
Sure.
He's training Scotty Too Hot as kid.
Oh yeah, I saw he was coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, which at first I was like, why doesn't Scotty Too Hotty just train him? But I think it's the mentality, he'd be too easy on him. So he trusts Ace, and that speaks volumes.
Makes
and
sense.
Ace now works for TNA too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Like his partner, Danny Dominion.
Dominion, again, you had the two of them.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
But if you had Danny alone, Danny was always cool with me. When we did Eric pre-show, and Nick knows this, I reached out to Danny with the hopes he could come. He wanted to be there, but his job, he is removed from wrestling, and very opinionated on his beliefs. And to that, everybody has their own opinion, but it's never hurt Firefighter Jim and Danny Dominion, right? Like, we're people. You're cool, I'm cool. Let's go on.
Gotcha. Hurricane Smith. You said
Smith.
your second match ever.
Second match ever.
You just told me the story a
yeah.
minute ago, so go ahead and lay it out there right now.
Another one. Like, I sound like a broken record, but it's true. I'm very grateful for how I got in, the time I got in, because I've seen a transition, and I was the enhancement talent. But my first match is Ronnie, and I get squashed in 3 minutes. And now I'm on my second match, and I get killed in 4 minutes. But in that 4 minutes, it was such a cool experience. As he's picking me up, you know, he's beating the shit out of me. This is a 7-foot man, probably 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And any of you guys that don't know who he is, and you've seen Tiny, it's very similar in the size. And stiffness. I think Tiny's stiffer though. But Smitty going to pick me up, fire up. And I what? You know, my ears are open and I'm listening and I hear that and I'm like, what? They hit me. Throw a punch. And I threw the punch and he goes, the whole crowd's roaring. And he goes, do you hear that? And I'm like, fuck, cool. Good, hit me again. So I hit him again and then squashed down. So my first match I had nothing. My second match in wrestling was 2 punches and that meant the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this larger than life giant.
Yeah.
No knock on Ron. Like, Ron did what he was supposed to do and was told. I was supposed to be squashed nothing. Smitty told me after, I can't squash people. It's a lot like me.
Yep.
I have a hard time
Totally
either squashing or telling one of you guys, go and kill this kid. Like, there's no reaction on that. So I think his purpose was to throw it back in Sam's face. All I gave him was 2 punches and the crowd went wild. Like, you still got the monster, right?
That's true.
So,
his partner, Hawkeye Smith.
Hawkeye, Cody Hunter. Love Hawkeye. Little known fact about Hawkeye, before I got to be in the tag with him in that 6-man, there was a bar, Stay Out, / turned into Shaboom. So Stay Out and Shaboom are the same bar. Sonny was a bouncer there. I was under 21, but I was allowed to go into that bar because it was a Windy City and / wrestler bar. Go sit in the corner, don't drink. Worked out well. But Hawkeye was also a bouncer there, and Mr. Bill ran the place.
Oh, really?
Tiny was a bouncer there previous to me going there.
Okay.
But Hawkeye I got to know on a personal level because I hung out at that bar, and it wasn't wrestling, it was person. And his girlfriend Jolene worked the door too. So I was part of that family, and it was really cool because when Sonny ended up leaving Windy City, that's the place that catapulted my next part in wrestling.
Interesting.
But yeah, Hawkeye, Cody Hunter. God, I would love if you watch this because you taught me how to be a cheerleader.
The founder, inventor, and the namer of the one and only Brotherhood, Psycho.
Psycho.
Everybody has a Psycho story. Please tell me you have a good story about Psycho.
He was the driver. But yeah, Psycho, very standoffish in the beginning, but such a good guy. Like, I think the Dream Warriors were the reason Psycho took to me. Because, like, again, he was standoffish, a little bit older. And here's this young kid, mentality, we're going to get rid of this kid. Dream Warriors, like, all right, I'll like him. Hey, how are you? And that was it. Now, if I was to see him, it would be a different story. Like, he and I have talked on Facebook before, and I haven't seen him in years. So, Mr. Bill's show, he was one of the main reasons I wanted to go. Joe was another. But I've seen Joe. So, here's your story. So, Corey, Mr. Robert Saber, remember, I'm the young guy and I can't go, and I started this story on episode 1. It's Corey, the Dream Warriors, and Psycho's the driver. The driver.
Driving the ring, right?
No.
Oh,
they're just out.
Okay, so I knew he drove the ring truck too sometimes. And
they went to a very nice establishment called the Admiral Theater in Chicago. And
we've been there together, haven't we?
Yes,
one time.
Yes.
We're not going to hear that story though.
No, but I think their stories was what made me start going there. I was like, man, this is going to happen to me. Like, I get to go out and I have fun. I never got the opportunity with those guys, but they tied one on, all of them. And I don't know if Psycho did because he was the driver. And I remember this because the next day we had practice and Corey wasn't there. But Corey showed up at the end and he's got stitches and staples in his head with a big bandage over it. Dennis and Dave are the trainers, and you could just tell, like, they reeked of alcohol. Like, they never went home and went to sleep. So I look at Corey and I go, what the hell? And he tells me the story. They went to the Admiral. They all tied one on. They got in Psycho's van, and they're driving down the streets, and they went to the bad neighborhoods. They bought dozens and dozens of eggs. And it's a sliding side door.
Yeah.
Screamer would open the side door, moon people, piss out the side of the van, and they'd take these eggs and whip them at all the bums and the hookers. And so
that sounds like a great time.
They had a great idea that became old. Dream Warriors had a key to the school, so they went to the school, and this was the school I started in, Windy City, then moved south, but where the ring was, one of the corners had a utility heater right above it. Well, without thinking, Corey climbed to the top, dove off, scraped the top of his skull on it, still laughing his ass off, and they were all like, dude, you just ripped your head open. And he's got gushed of blood, and yeah, it was... That's the story I have. Was Psycho was part of that, was he drove. Other than that, I don't have stories.
So the guys who listen to other episodes, Terry, Ripper, Hunter Payne, they all have, everybody at the time has some kind of crazy Psycho story. That man is full of legendary stories, to say the least.
He's a legend in Chicago.
Yes, he is. Mike Anthony, Mr. Everything in Windy City.
Yeah, another one that I despised and didn't understand back then. We did not like each other. We butted heads to the point of like, I hate him, he hates me. He was in a program with Trevor, and I was grateful it wasn't me. You don't know everybody until you actually sit down and you talk to them. That wouldn't have happened back then. Fast forward years later, Mitch Blake and I did a lucha show, and Mike was there. And Mike walked up and be like, proper, shake hand, whatever, we're going to be cordial. He pulled me in and said, I am so sorry for treating you like shit at Windy City. Wow. Right there started a bond between us. Mike is one of my favorite people, not now, because I have gone to shows purposely, Dwight, Illinois.
Yeah.
Because he was on it, and I wanted to see him. You go back years ago, I wouldn't have drove 5 minutes from my house to go see him. But Mike is a genuine person. I heard his story. How he got into wrestling was Backlund and Gratchner. I didn't know that back then. I just thought, okay, the kid's got a wrestling background. Great for him. Why is he so high and mighty? He was good in the ring. I never looked at it that because I despised him.
Gotcha.
I think he's great. Good person. He's still old school values.
And he's still going.
And that show I went to, he asked me to watch it, and then Reagan Lydell, she was on the show. I was talking to her boyfriend for a bit, and then Mike walked up, and he asked me for my critique, and we talked for an hour. And it meant the world. Like, he values my opinion. He's been at our shows before, and I asked him. He is not somebody way back that I would have asked anything for.
Right.
So take time and get to know people, and maybe know a little bit about their past, because maybe the hate wouldn't have been there, or jealousy, whatever you want to call it. He deserved everything he got. Probably could have made it too.
Sure. Great worker, especially back then, for sure. He had a good look.
Scott Spade.
You're good, buddy. Trevor Blanchard.
Love him. Love him. A lot of people read Trevor wrong. A lot of people read Trevor wrong. Trevor is very much about himself, right? And in this business, you need to be a lot about yourself. CM Punk's notability. Early on, there wasn't Facebook. There was Chicago Pro Wrestling and all these message boards. Punk got notoriety because he would post and people would know about him. Trevor made himself available to everybody, trying to get into every door. He's done jobs for WWE, he's done jobs for WCW. Maybe he rubs you the wrong way. Maybe he has a belief that you don't. Trevor has always had my back. Early on, Windy City, him and Ace against me and King Cobra. I've talked about like not realizing what was going on at times. I realized what he was doing. He was giving me an opportunity, not like a Smitty and a Captain Fantastic. He wanted me involved in the match. Ace, same thing. Like, that's our job. Help each other. Trevor has always helped me. He's family. A lot of people rip on him, always ask me, like, why do you still have Trevor around? I have Trevor around because he wants to be around. He lives in Florida. He's doing well for himself at Southwest. Like, he's removed from wrestling. But once in a while he comes up. His boys are part of my wrestling. I believe Trevor is part of my family. Like, people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, unless he's wrong, I'm going to go to bat for him. Like,
Right.
I have his back.
Yeah. Diceman Ronnie Vegas, a.k.a. Captain Fantastic.
Another one that's right wrong. He taught me how to actually take him out the right way. And I told him at Wrestler Age, that is still instilled in the people I train.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of my story. He's part of my journey. He's a dick at times.
That's what makes him great, though.
He pissed off a lot of people at Wrestler Age in the locker room, and
Did you really?
yeah, I'll tell you off camera, Nick. But to have him at Wrestle Rage, the guy who's always the loudmouth, the jokester, the pick on people, break down in tears, showed he's human.
That was pretty cool, though, to get a chance to... I've never said more than, too much high and by, maybe a little talking, because I worked for him a couple of shows, too, when he ran Wakanda. And to hang out with him pretty much the whole entire night, along with Russ, along with Joe, it was pretty cool to actually be with him for hours.
Well, you didn't have to stress with the match. You just
talk about stuff.
Hung out, right?
Yeah. It was cool to hang out with him and talk with him. And he's like, from one asshole to another, because I always kind of prided myself as being that asshole. Not necessarily to that level, but you and I are natural.
No,
it's just kind of part of the personality.
Yes.
It's like Dice and I get along.
You've never talked down to people, Scott.
No.
Directly to the face. He has.
We just get along real well. I know a lot of people don't get along with him, but
But it was cool to go full circle with my first match and give him that honor.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people can say, "Oh, he doesn't deserve that." Man, he did a
absolutely
lot
does.
for so many people,
Yes.
and has had a really rough life. That many people don't know about. And again, maybe sit down, get to know somebody.
Frank the Tank.
Amazing guy.
Yes, he is.
Even though he wasn't dad, he was dad. Looked out for me. And again, on a broken record, he didn't have to. For some reason, and if I ever get to see him again, I'm going to ask him. For some reason, he saw something in me. He believed more in me than I believed in myself. So, and got Sam to believe that too. Never did any wrong. He didn't teach me any moves. Tried to teach me to play darts, which that's a weird story. So, Paul Entertainment runs T-Wood, which is one of my sponsors' bars in Wooddale. When dart, and I don't know if Frank's still doing it, he was on dart teams, and dart teams, that's what it was. They stopped doing it at T-Wood.
Yeah.
So
he's in Hanover Park now.
he would be there on Saturdays when we were having shows.
That's where I think I first met him. When we first started doing the T-Wood shows. Yeah.
So
Way
the
back.
crazy idea, he's in a dart tournament on a Saturday at T-Wood. We have a show. He's going to do a match and then go back and do his tournament. So we set this up, and then the next one he did, and I haven't seen him since. But I owe him a lot.
Yeah. I actually talk to him regularly now, since probably that Mr. Bill show. We used to have me on a couple shows, and we talk probably once a week at least.
He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Curly Rich.
Curly Rich was great. Little known fact in Windy City. So, somebody, and I think it was Sam, got the idea, let's move Jimmy from Firefighter Jim. We're going to put you with Curly, and you're going to be Curly Rich Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
Yeah. So, I didn't have to shave my head. I had a flat top, and Curly wanted me to shave my head. Like, Sam is so full vested about we're going to be a tag team. And again, I'm young, I don't understand. Curly's knees were really beat up. He did a lot of amateur powerlifting. He beat the crap out of his body, which I don't know. Now I do, because we keep in touch on Facebook. He was always cool to me. We're in this tag thing. We never actually had a match. We never debuted as a tag. We had promo day. And so they yank us in, and we have to do this, and Lake Titicaca, we would both fucking pop. Like, 155 takes. And it was crazy because you had Sam in the room, you had Gratchner in the room, and it wasn't pissed off by them at all. The first few was like, come on, guys. By 150, we're all dying because we knew it was going to happen. And then Curly would screw up the name, and you have to redo it. Well, now you got the Dream Warriors in the back, and the Untouchables, and then Trevor was in there, and maybe Ace and Danny, and like everybody was just dying because we couldn't get through this promo. It was after that, probably a week or so, I was at the school and I asked Dennis and Dave, I'm like, I really don't want to do that gimmick. Well, go talk to him. And I did. And I walked out of the office because I told him, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I walked out of the office and walking back to grab my bag. It was at the end of practice. Hey, how'd it go? I'm like, I don't know. He didn't seem too happy. You're the first person to ever question him and tell him no.
Really?
What? Yeah, in wrestling you're not supposed to say no, you just do what the promoter wants. Oh well.
Too late for that.
Yeah. So, Curly was a good dude, man.
You got some heavy hitters here for the last 4. My tag team partner, Ripper Manson.
Ripper, who was Joe Assassin when I was there.
Did you see him as Joe Knuckles?
Yes. He and I never talked, never. You know, it was that whole story that I said about Battle of the Belts. That's where you could feel the hatred, even after that match. You know, walking up, thanks, this, that, and standoffish. There was no handshake from him. I think he has done phenomenal stuff for wrestling. He reinvented himself to something that is him, right? Even though he's removed, and you've tried to get him to wrestle, I've tried to get him to wrestle.
It's worked a couple times.
He's done small things. I know he shows up to like Hall of Fame stuff.
Yeah.
But he, I think, was Sam's icing on the cake at Windy City during a time I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But the Brotherhood became something so large.
Yes, it did.
And they all looked the part. And I guarantee you, if they walked in a bar, their part would be real. Yeah.
Yes, they will. The great Sonny Rogers.
Sonny Rogers, I owe a lot to. I don't know everything you have on there, but as I said, Stay Out Shaboom, Lou Tufano. Lou and I would go every Thursday because it was Wet and Wild night, which was a bunch of strippers getting wet and wild. Like, we're not going up there, but we knew it would be a fun time, so we're getting comp drinks. That bar was open till 6 in the morning, so we're going and getting food and we're hanging out. And I would always, ask Sonny, hey, what do you want? So now, I have left Windy City. WWF's in town. My mom had a thing for Sonny. So she wants to go to Shaboom, but she asked me, do you want to go? I knew that's where all the wrestlers go.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm gone from Windy City probably, let's say 3 to 4 months. After that talk with, here's your pink slip. So I go in, I finally see Sonny like after an hour of being there, and kept to myself. All I'm drinking is Cokes. And walked up, hey Sonny, how are you? And he's like, good, what are you doing next Saturday? And I'm like, I'm off of work. Good, you want to wrestle a show? And I looked at him and I went, Sonny, I don't think you know that I'm not with Windy City anymore. And he's washing, he was a barback man, doorman. He's washing the glass and he goes, neither am I.
Just like that.
Yeah. And I said, what? And he got done and he walked over, gave me a big hug, and he's like, yeah, I told Sam to go fuck himself. And so Sonny would book buildings and get bought shows, and he got screwed on payment. So there was animosity and screw him, he's leaving.
Okay.
He ended up getting Terry Scholl to allow him to go train at his school, which is infamous, across from the Aragon, 3rd floor.
I've heard stories.
Horrible location.
Yeah, with the windows.
Oh,
Windows real hot.
Take a bump. You're running the ropes and you're either going out of the window, you're going into a wall, you're popping and going this way. You could possibly hit this wall.
And it was up. It wasn't on the ground floor, right?
3rd level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out the window and on. Yeah.
Ask Mike Blade about that. He hated it. But if you ask Pierce, that's where Pierce started. So Sonny's going to go and train there. Asks, hey, do you want to come up and bump? Get yourself ready. And I go, yeah. So I make one practice during the week. And he's like, all right, we'll be fine. So with that, I'm going to Indiana. And I've never wrestled outside of Illinois. I've only done Windy City, right? So now I'm getting an opportunity to go and reinvent myself. So I have this extra character packed, but it's Firefighter Jim against Sonny Rogers. Sonny was a babyface at Windy City.
Yeah.
So I'm confused, like, how am I going to be a heel as a firefighter? And I walk into the locker room, I'm like, hey, you're working Sonny, and blah, blah. All of a sudden, here's Billy Joe Eden.
Okay, yeah.
That's Windy City. Hey, it's Trevor. Sam didn't allow people. And Rick Knight. And I go, you left? And he's like, yeah, fuck that place. It's for Rod Bell and Rex Hart,
Oh, yeah.
who was T-Rex, who also started in Windy City.
And Rex has been around that long?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he was like 6 to 8 months after me.
Really? Okay.
Always big dude, though.
Yeah,
And
he is.
I will never forget walking in that locker room because Sonny was just sitting in the corner. And he knew, like, as I walked in, I'd be like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. But I didn't know. So Corey had left Windy City probably a week before me. And then I left. And there was a lot of shit talking after we left. And more people left.
Oh, okay.
And then Sonny's like, hey, there's going to be a thing happening probably within the next 6 months. I want you to be part of it. And I go, yeah, when are you going to school again? Like, he wanted to see my reaction with everybody. Well, everybody was with Sonny. And out of that, I got to go and bump around to where he entitled it Tuesday is Jimmy Day.
Okay.
I'm green. But he entrusted me with new students, teaching them how to bump chain. And that's always been one of my stronger focuses is the bumping. You know.
Yeah.
But
I've been there.
it was such a cool thing from being diminished one place to being respected to being allowed to help. And I never wanted a dime. Never. I owed Sonny, right? Having the time of my life going to Indiana. And out of that, Trevor got me bookings in Wisconsin. And it just all catapulted, all because of one man, Sonny Rogers.
That's just
There's
cool.
your long answer.
It's cool to hear that now too, because I've discussed the family tree of wrestling in Chicago.
Yeah.
That top is Windy City.
Yep.
And then everything else trickles down, and everything's connected from there. So this might be, now hearing that story, is the first split now that somebody split off of Windy City to form their own.
At that time, he wasn't running shows though.
Mhm.
He was training and getting us bookings.
Yeah, he had formed a company later, till a couple of years
He
later
took-
that we're going to go to.
I'm going to say 6 months to a year.
Okay, so it was that long.
But yeah, I know it's part of your stories,
Yeah.
but he reinvented PWI.
Okay.
So
Was that Terry Scholl? He took over his.
Terry Scholl was running Pro Wrestling International.
Yeah.
Sonny was going to run a show. And didn't have a lot of money. So Rick Knight and I each gave money.
Okay.
I remember making an 18-foot long banner across the front of the ring that said Pro Wrestling International. I couldn't tell you where the hell it's at nowadays, but it was him reinventing that,
Okay.
and then that spawned off into other things.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Last two names on here is Mad Max. That'd be Eli John.
Didn't know him much. Always very nice to me, personable. Again, another person that didn't have to be. And his partner despised me, right? And this guy liked me. So I thought it was cool. Like, why can't Sam be more like him? But you know, years later, I got to see Sam and
Yeah.
thank him. And Sam and Sonny are the two. You know,
He's the final guy on the list here. Supermax. Sam Lucero
Supermax,
himself.
Sam Lucero. A young Jimmy very much misunderstood who Sam was. And maybe he did a lot of people wrong because a lot of people hold grudges against him. I did for a long, long time until running CCW and POW and training, that opened my eyes a little bit. But as a more mature human, Sam went through so much to give so many people an opportunity.
And then just knowing the business part of it too.
Oh, yeah.
Besides just dealing with the actual wrestling part too.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
And I respect the shit out of him. Without him, Without him, many of us aren't here, and many of you guys wouldn't.
Actually, I call him the godfather of Chicago wrestling.
And
He's at the top, and everything trickles down from there.
There's somebody walking around being called Godfather of fucking Illinois right now, and it pisses me off because he's not.
Never heard of that.
I'll tell you about
That's news to me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that hour and a half we've done so far in Windy City, which is awesome because I want to know as much about that era, the 88 to 93 of Windy City. I really want to have people learn about that era because that's such an important part of Chicago wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And I think he went, 20 years?
yeah, it was 88 to 2010 was when he ran. So.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
22. Battle of the Belts 22, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
First company other than Windy City here I have listed as 123 of 93 is Kingpin Promotions.
Yes, sir. Very fun time.
How did you come about Kingpin Promotions?
Sonny. Brad Petrick ran it, and Brad, God, what was he? Nasty Nat in Windy City.
I have heard that name. That's him?
He was Nasty Nat. If you ever want Brad on the show, he's on my Facebook too. He started Kingpin.
Okay.
In retaliation, he's going to put Sam out of business. So it was all of us that left Sam jumping aboard this guy's vision when all of us knew there's no way you're putting Sam out of business. Like, he's got a great thing there. These would be shows run here and there. The downside to any company wanting to run, it was a $5,000 license you had to get from Illinois.
That's right, that's the commission
Yes.
then. Yes.
State got
That's right.
percentage of ticket sales. You had to pay for a paramedic. You had to pay for police or security to be there, which thank God Joe was both, you know.
That's right.
And then enter Russ.
Yep.
Russ was a big part back then. Kingpin Promotions was like where Sonny got me Indiana Championship Wrestling with Rod and Rex. That was fun, but I was never over the top used. I was used, had matches thrown in the spots. I was getting work. And I wasn't aggravated. It led to Trevor taking me to Wisconsin with him. And that was so cool. But Kingpin Promotions, you have the Untouchables are there, the Dream Warriors are there, Ronnie Lotz is there, Tiny is there,
Yes.
Sonny, me, Freedom is there. So, and Zeebs. And one of my first ever matches for Kingpin Promotions was against Eric Freedom. And I don't know Eric Freedom. So, Kingpin holds a special place in my heart. Our locker room is in a bathroom. I remember taking my piss and hearing, "Who's this jabron firefighter Jim?" And I turn and it's a long, straight hair guy named Eric Freedom. We're going to wrestle tonight. And he is just reeking of cigarettes. And I'm like, holy fuck, does this guy stink? Fucking horrible smoke. Hey, what do you do? And I'm like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I know basics. Oh, you're too polite, man. Like, instantly, he got me out of my comfort zone. There was a connection. And he was supposed to go over in the match. And he went back and asked Sonny and Kingpin, because Sonny was helping do the booking, what is your main goal out of this? Well, we want to get Jimmy popular. He's going to go in a thing with Zebra. Oh, okay. Let's change the finish. And I was like, did you get permission on that? He's like, yeah, we're fine. You know a Japanese sunset? And I'm like, a Japa who? So, in a bathroom on a tile floor, he taught me how to do a Japanese sunset. Did it. We got out there, school won.
That's right.
You have the video.
Yes, we do have that'll be the first clip that goes up here.
But yeah,
we're allowed to show.
I got that. I got to work with Zeebs in a program that ended in a steel cage. And horrible story on that. My drawstring on my tights busted that day.
Oh.
This is pre the gray sweatpant era where everybody should wear gray sweatpants. And I'm wearing gray sweatpants that day, and that's what I had to wear in the cage against the
Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad. But Zeebs is the only one that didn't rip on me for it. He's like, dude, we'll be fine. Just the person he was,
Yeah,
right?
good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, two documented matches I have that you worked in there was 123.93. You beat JT Sexy in Dolton, Illinois.
What a weird character.
And then 3/6/93 at Romeoville High School, you defeat arrogant Eric Freedom is what he was called.
Yes.
On that tape. He was clean shaven.
Yep.
Came out like and I learned from Craig's thing. He came out like a race car driver. He had the shades on,
Yeah.
leather jacket.
It was like Bob Howe.
I never knew that they had. That was what the gimmick that he was presented in by.
Neither did
all
I. I
those
just
guys.
thought he was a smoker.
It was the exhaust.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but what a brain on Eric Freedom, even at that time.
AWF comes into the picture now. American Wrestling Federation. Paul Alperstein. Say that name right?
Yes, sir.
From 94 to 96. And that was a guy that would take and book all of the older, former WWF wrestlers to do. And they had TV in Chicago here.
They did. And that was
And what was your connection getting into that spot?
Sonny Rogers.
Again?
Again. Also, Joey Baggs,
Oh, really? Okay.
who was the reason Paul did this. Joey had left Sam as well.
Okay.
And was tight with Paul. Knew Paul had money. And got Paul to do this. Their vision when they started this was not to bring in a bunch of names.
Mhm.
Tito was the name. Tito and Sarge.
Yep.
And the idea of AWF, it would be 3-minute rounds. Or
Yes,
minute
there were rounds. Yeah, that's right.
It was rounds. You
Yeah.
know, it was
That's right.
just such a stupid idea, but a stupid idea. Holy shit, it could be something.
Of being
right?
different, right? Yeah.
Because me and Rick Knight, we were so tight, we shit on it. We were like, Sonny, this is so stupid. And he goes, do you want to pass by your payday? Our payday. With Sam DeCero, I got paid once, $40. With Paul Alperstein, Kingpin Promotions, ICW, 30, $40. Sometimes 10, sometimes a hot dog, sometimes a t-shirt. And I think wrestling has never been about money to me, because I love it. But now, I'm going to AWF. This is weird. Catering and $250 paydays.
Damn.
Yeah, I like this place. You know, for a young guy, I wish somebody would have told me back then, like, use 50, put 200 away. And it only lasted for a short time. But the vision wasn't to bring in all the names, and then all of a sudden, you know, some people say it was Tito, some people say it was Sarge. They got very tight with Paul Alperstein. Paul being a mark, hey, you should bring this in, blah, blah, blah. He brought the Road Warriors fresh in for 10 grand each, you know. And that was straight from Animal and Hawk, that they got paid 10 grand each. And then they held them up one time for 15 each.
Damn.
You know, God, they were there. Coco was there. Jim Neidhart was there. It was more and more the indie guys were getting pushed this way, and they kept this, and they moved it from Chicago down to Florida.
Yes, they did move it. Yeah, I didn't
When
see
they
that.
went there, they only kept Smitty, Hawkeye, maybe Casey Knight. Sonny went once, never went back. It turned into something else and then faded away.
Okay.
But that also gave me exposure on a national level, right? Channel 2 at midnight.
Well, that's okay.
And I think it was Saturdays.
I do
because
remember
nobody
actually
would watch
watching it when I was. It was a really, really late
Yeah.
night. I remember seeing Tito Santana and Cowboy Bob Orton
it. Yeah.
in a feud at that time when I was
Yeah.
watching it on TV. Then you have a very good Greg Hammer Valentine, Tommy Rich story from that.
Yes, sir. So Tommy Rich, Valentine's there. Valentine has always been rough to me, but not physically. Just, you can't read him.
It's true.
I may, we just talked about Dice Man. Dice Man and I just had this conversation. I'm like, I think Valentine hates me. And he goes, no, that's just him. He has a resting bitch face.
It's
You know?
yeah, that's true.
But he's never done any wrong to me. And he took care of me in this match, actually. So, Gary Gronke is the ref. My tag partner is Pretty Boy Floyd. And Tommy Rich isn't there yet. So they're pushing our match back. And these are tapings, so they could have put it wherever. Tommy Rich finally gets there. His plane was late. Gets in, he gets dressed. In Gorilla, he's like, hey, nice to meet you. You cool with this? Yep. So we go out there, and he punched me so damn hard in my nose, it broke my nose. I took my bump. Like, as he punched, I bumped. And I'm face first down. Valentine comes in. The finish is supposed to be on Pretty Boy. He rolled me over and without hesitation started going for the figure four. I didn't even fucking go to smack the mat and give up. Gary Gronke signaled for the bell. I looked at him, I go, what are you doing? And he's like, you're busted. This was my first match of 3 that day.
Oh.
So we get to the back. Valentine checked on me. He said, are you okay? And I'm like, I feel I screwed up. And he goes, you did not. Tommy Rich, apologetic left and right. Such a good guy.
He is very nice.
Such a good guy. And I'm glad, like, I got to work him one more time.
Yeah.
You know, I called it redemption. But as I'm cleaning up, Sonny came to check on me. He's like, you want me to pull you off the others? And I'm like, how bad is it? Because I'm getting his blood, you know. He shoved this up there. Jeff Gaylord walks in the bathroom.
Okay, yeah.
And I've told you that story before. I love him. He's like, hey, brother, you okay? Because my next match is Warlord and Gaylord.
Oh,
and I'm like, I still want to do it. And he goes, you got about an hour. You know, see how you feel. If you got to be yang, don't be superhero. And he walked away and I go, superhero? What the fuck's he talking about? Zero to hero.
Yeah.
How many times have I said that? So I get done. Sonny's like, you sure? And I go, yeah. So I walk back, got Floyd. And it's a long-winded answer here, I know, but walking in to go see Warlord and Gaylord, and Warlord looked at like, this is my first meeting, and I got toilet paper stuck in my nose, and he's like, well, we're going to have to break that again. How are you? Nice to meet you. So now we're standing, and he stands up, and he is just a ginormous man. Gaylord's big. And Warlord asked, what do you guys know? I said, I know the basics, I'm pretty green, blah, blah, blah. But let me know, and I'll do what I can. Okay, you? I know everything. Warlord went, we're done.
Oh,
Floyd walked out of the room, I walked up, I said, am I good? And he goes, oh, you're good. When I tell you to, make sure you tag him. And if you never get back in, you did nothing wrong. Keep that in mind. I walked away, I told Sonny, and Sonny goes, oh, fuck. So, yeah, Floyd got destroyed on that one.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I would not want guys that big, especially the Warlord.
Never tell anybody you know everything, please.
422 of 95, you make a return to Windy City. Light heavyweight champion, or actually, the lightweight champion Steve Boz beats some guy named Black Iron.
Yes, sir. That he did. So, Indiana Championship Wrestling gave me an opportunity. Actually, Sonny allowed me to do it first. So I am firefighter Jim with PWI. And Rick Knight and I are super tight. We want to start tagging. Well, I can't do it because I'm one of the baby faces and pretty over. Rick is one of the heels, pretty fucking over. So I come up with the idea, I'm going to dress in all black, covered head to toe. Can I tag with Rick? And he says, sure. So that's how that started.
Okay.
Well, now I go to Indiana Championship Wrestling and Sonny has booked both characters. Match 1 is Firefighter Jim, match 2 is Black Iron. How in the
Back
hell
to
am I
back.
doing this here? With a 3-minute promo beat the weed. So at the original Black Iron though, it was easy to do. I had my firefighter tights on. I still only had one pair of boots. I threw a pair of sweatpants over the firefighter tights, turtleneck, black gloves, black mask, and a snowsuit. It didn't have the
really?
top of the snowsuit, it was overall snowsuit.
Okay.
To the point, I crawled to the ring, right? And Rick Knight's wife was there and she didn't even know who I was. It was so cool because she hadn't seen Rick and I together. So, Sonny's going back to Windy City to do some stuff. Rick's going to go with, and I'm all jealous. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? What the hell? And Sonny goes, I can ask him if you want to work. And I go, yeah, but I want to get paid. Like, that was one of my beats. Like, you're not paying. Sam agrees. I'm going to get $50. Sonny goes, I think we all need to go and do a couple training sessions there. I go, yeah, no problem. So we go down. Christopher Daniels is running training. And he had just got back from Japan. And this training is intense.
Oh, yeah.
It is Japanese push-ups, which I put you guys through. I haven't done that lately, so maybe I'll do that with my students. But it was a different vibe at Windy City. I felt welcome. Sam was very kind to me.
Really?
Yeah, it was not Sam.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sam, but it wasn't the guy at left time.
Yeah.
Tank's still there, everybody, so now because of that, Sam books me. It's following week, whatever. I'm going to work Steve. Steve and I were fine. Steve started right after me too, so he knows he doesn't need to get over. He needs to get this character over and make Sam see something. And he did it. To where Boz is in the ring. No, I'm first out. Sam has never seen this character. He's going off of Sonny vouching. You're like, I crawl to the ring. And I just happened to glance. Sam's over by commentators. And he went from this to this.
Oh, got his attention.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, this is good. So now his boy Boz comes out. And I will rib Boz till the day dies. He was a Sam boy. And the match was good. Boz gave me a lot of opportunity, let me hit the pile driver on him. He got the character over and gave me confidence, like this was fun. I'm going to leave the ring, and Sam got in the ring to interview me on the spot. So put yourself in my shoes. The kid that was nothing and always ripped upon. And this was never my goal going to do this job for Boz. It was, I had fun though. A different Sam. And now he's in the ring with a live mic telling me not to go anywhere. And inviting me to Battle of the Belts. And I was like, I know, like, you could probably see my smile through the fucking mask, but I just went, okay. And I crawled away.
That's awesome.
He walked in the back and he's like, that was really soft, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know how to answer because Black Iron doesn't talk. But it gave me confidence. Then I did some other stuff. I think Trevor and I tagged, because Trevor came and did some stuff now too. Mm-hmm. And it was just a weird time, like all of us going and doing stuff for Sam, yet we all hated Sam, but we're here because of Sonny. I worked Tank and his partner. That was scary. Oh my God.
Talk about two large men.
Whew.
Strong men.
Yeah, they came up, blah, 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 and we're going to do, and again, Tank looking out for me, we're going to take the finish on Trev. I went, fine.
Because they would do a double splash.
Yeah.
One would splash the upper half and one would splash the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to work Kevin Quinn and Christopher Daniels. They tagged. And I was nervous on that one because they're flash. They are flashy flash. Such good guys, such good talent. It was, they put you where they need you rather than you being involved to get there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're done, and Chris Daniels, I'll never forget this. He walked up to me and he's like, hey man, you're going to be up at the school next Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it was. And I said, I could be. What's up? He's like, just come up. So I go up, and I'm doing his practice. We take our break, and he walks over to me. He was in the military, and I don't know what brand of it. He hands me this black trench coat, and he goes, I think this would work really well with your character. Yeah. And then he turned back, and he came back, and he gave me a top hat. And he goes, wear this. Do you have a cane?
Interesting.
Picture the planter peanut guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, that's what you look like, but you can make this your own. At the time, Candyman, the movie, that was his vision.
Okay.
I didn't know he was helping Sam, like, book or anything. But he, such a genuine person, didn't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Barely knew me. Here, try this. That teaches you, again, get to know somebody. Mm-hmm. Because people like that should go places, and he has. And it's amazing. But that jacket, I cut off the sleeves. I used it for Black Iron for a while, and then when I did the reveal that it was me underneath Black Iron, we changed it to everything on the back of the jacket was Wild Side.
Okay.
And I no longer have that jacket because Wild Side doesn't last. I'm holding up your time.
That's what we want. That's what you're here for. Next company you work for is Mid-American Wrestling, run by Carmine DeSpirito.
That was a one and done.
There's a double shot on that same day, or two matches on the same day. You as firefighter Jim beat Whiplash. Is that the same as PCW Whiplash, or is that a different Whiplash?
Don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't really tell you. I don't remember. I remember that day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a tryout, and my tryout was against Eric.
Okay, yeah, that's the second match in here. Eric
So-
Love defeats Black Iron.
So I think it was, one was Firefighter?
Yes,
All right.
against Whiplash, and then Eric Love and
So-
Black Iron.
The match wasn't good with Whiplash.
Hmm.
That I remember. And when I did this match with Eric, he already knew what Eric could do. The Whiplash, I bet you it was Whiplash BCW.
Okay.
So here's two kids wanting the opportunity, and they failed. To where I know what I can do with Eric, and I'm going to get this gimmick over. Like, Eric's his top guy.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 and we're doing stuff, and I happen to look over. Carmine's not even watching the match. I got the rip on him at CAC years later. But, I mean, Carmine is a good guy.
Yeah.
At that time, I was like, what a prick, man. Because we didn't get paid. It was just an opportunity. That is a company I wish I could have been involved in, because such a great mind.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing the stories, he helped Craig, he helped,
A lot of guys.
he helped Eric, Chad, Adam,
Yeah,
Billy
he
Joe
was-
Eaton. I mean, I were all there.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of people.
He got them to go places.
Yeah.
So a lot of people owe that man credit.
Then comes Pro Wrestling International, officially now from 1996 to 2000, run by Sonny Rogers.
Yep.
329. Yeah, again, there's a lot of these shows on here that you wrestle at least 2 or 3 times on every show here. I remember you told me about that when we talked a ways ago, where you would.
And I loved
Do
every
that.
minute of it.
The more experience that you get out there, that's the better, right?
More experience, more exposure, and I'm getting to learn how to craft each character.
Yep.
And maybe this didn't work, that didn't work. Saved Sonny a lot of pay because I got to work more.
That's true.
You know?
329 of 96, Firefighter Jim beats Johnny Mercedes. On that same show, Eric Love and Wave Rider Craig defeat Black Iron and Danny Dominion.
Wow.
Those are the 2 matches he had on that show.
Okay. That match I don't remember.
Tag one?
Tagging with Danny, I don't remember. Wow.
Yeah, so you got Craig early, Wave Rider Craig.
Yep.
11/22 of 96, you have 3.
Maybe that's why I don't remember. It
Yeah,
stiffed me so hard.
Black Iron and Rick Knight defeat Sonny Rogers and Joe Fuhrer.
Yep. Popeye Joe.
Then Firefighter Jim and Mike Blade defeat Jimmy Fever and Shemp Terrio.
Oh my God. Amazing.
I don't know those guys. I've seen the names on the research of all different people who are Jimmy Fever and Shemp Terrio.
The Jimmy one is no longer involved in wrestling.
Okay.
He was probably only a couple of years and then ran away. Shemp is very famous. Jason Dukes.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Why has nobody ever said that? Who the guy is yet?
I
We've heard
knew
the
it.
name
I
Yeah.
honestly wanted you to find out because I knew the answer.
I
Every
mentioned
time
the
I
name
hear
on-
Shemp Terrio, I'm
Hey,
like,
this is the 3rd or 4th one I mentioned that name, and nobody has said
Oh,
who
dude.
that was until
no,
now.
yeah.
What kind of name is that, and who is it?
So so I didn't know why he did this character
Yeah.
and why they did this.
It was awesome.
The Jimmy kid, he was about ready to debut.
Okay.
And this is the gimmick that he chose. Well, Sonny came up with, he needs a partner. Well, then Shemp Terrio, Jason Dukes, was a big F up back then.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I can't get into detail. I'll let him tell you the story
Yeah.
if you ever see him. And this was his punishment. But his punishment, he went, okay, I'm going to show you. And my God, they showed us. Over. Like, so good. It was 70s. They came out. They did the whole this.
Really?
Yeah. And, like, you're sitting there going, this is supposed to be his punishment, not fun. And he was having fun with it.
That's how you stick it to
Yeah.
whoever's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
punished. Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw him, he reminded me, he looked like Buddy Rose.
Yep.
He was a little thicker, he had the long blonde hair,
Blondish, yeah,
and then he had the
bleach
robe
blonde.
on. Yeah, right,
Yep.
just a Buddy Rose.
Yeah,
Which
he's got stories upon stories of that stuff.
And your 3rd match of that night is a Battle Royal.
Easy. Did I win?
No, the winner was Adam Pearce.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a bunch of names out here real quick. Adrian Lynch,
Yep.
Danny Dominion, Eric Freedom, Howard Moser, Jimmy Fever, Joe Fuhrer, Johnny Poison, Mike Blade, Renee Perez, Rick Knight, Ryan Eatman, Seymour Butts. That's not, is it Ref?
That's a rough.
It is the same guy.
He
Okay.
might have worked on that show, though.
Shemp Terrio, Sonny Rogers, Italian Dragon, which is Rockin' Randy,
Yep.
Travis Rage, Trevor, and Whiplash. That was all the entrants in the Battle Royal.
That was not that Whiplash then, when you asked me about Mid-America.
So it's not him? Okay.
No, his name was Nick.
Okay, the only Whiplash I ever knew was the
Yep.
PCW one, so.
Nick Whiplash.
Okay.
You just triggered something. Well,
3-9 of 97, another triple. Adam Pearce, Sonny Rogers, and John Burke defeat Adrian Lynch, Black Iron, and El Hijo de Cero, which is that a rib on the son of Sam DeCero?
say the team again. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it's Adam Pearce, Sonny Rogers, and
Yep.
John Burke
Yep.
against You as Black Iron, El Hijo de Cero, and Adrian Lynch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Second match of the night is Firefighter Jim defeats Rick Knight.
Yep.
And the third match of the night is a bunkhouse battle royal. The winner of that is somebody named Sudden Death.
Huge black man.
Never heard of the name before.
You would look at him, he was like probably 5'50".
5?
He would splash you, you would feel nothing.
Really?
Yeah, he's such a good guy. 2 rages ago, Mason won the title in the cage. And I'm walking to the back, and I hear, Jimmy, this is a black guy. And I'm like, and I know you? And he goes, it's Sudden Death. And I go, bullshit. He's skinny.
Really?
Brought him in the back, and we're talking. Dukes walks by. I'm like, Dukes. He's like, Sudden Death, baby. Like, you could hear. And it was so cool to see him. He lost all of his weight, got in shape.
First time you've seen him since back then?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
Just
such a good guy.
Also in that match, that other
We need
people
a
that
break
weren't
here soon,
mentioned,
Scott.
it's right there at about an hour, so we got
Okay.
this last one. Ace Steel, Billy Wild, Jinx, Kevin Grosh, and a guy named Wally Carbo.
That
with
was
a
Wally
C
Wild.
Takeoff of
That was
Minnesota's
Wally Wild, yeah.
with a K. All right, we'll do one final one here, and we can get your break. Because we're right at an hour.
That's just good.
Another triple.
Yep.
11-8 of 97. Firefighter Jim, Rick Knight, and Sonny Rogers defeat Amish Thunder, Jason Dukes, and Suicide Kid.
Don't remember it.
Firefighter Jim and Rick Knight, as the PWI Tag Team Champions, defeat Kevin Steele and Ron Creek.
Yep. I remember that.
And a Battle Royal, like normal.
Of course.
The winner is Wally Titleist.
Which is
He had a
Wally
name
Wild.
change all the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Along with Billy Joe Eaton, DC Lightning, Joe Boo, the Wild Samoan, and
Oh, he was
Rob
good.
Petrie.
Yep.
All those names.
Sorry, Scott.
That concludes part number 2, folks. Jimmy needs a break like we
I
do. We
do.
need a break anyway. We're an hour in, so join us for part 3 coming up soon. For Scott Spade and Jimmy Blaze, we will see you for part 3. There he goes.
Thank you.
There he goes.
Hopefully that doesn't make your video. He gave so much of us an opportunity to perfect our craft
True.
in front of small crowds. And if we screwed up, we screwed up.
Which is harder to work. You got to do
Oh,
more
yeah.
to get that crowd going. Yeah. That's
We
cool.
pulled into the venue maybe about noon, and on the grass of that building, Madman Pondo was sleeping on the grass.
Ugh, puke.
We're like, bro, what are you doing? And he goes, I slept here all night. All right, so we'll do this on a hot, blah, 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 take your bump, go to the outside, and then we're going home. Well, I get bumped. I roll out of the ring on the side where the door is. Not even thinking. I take my bump, and I'm laying down, and I could hear the roars. He's rushing across and go through the door, and blah, and a piece of wood goes right in my mouth. If Friday nights at the school, there was no training. And Butcher, that was his first practice. He showed up. We had a grill and beer, and we stood outside. And we just talked. So